My name is Cesare Ribolzi. I was born about 60 years ago here, not in the village, but very, very close to this village, in Varese. We stay in the north of Italy. And I've always lived on a dairy. When I was born, downstairs there was dairy. When I moved here, again down is dairy. So I grew up with the smell of the cheese in my nose
And the milk.
and the milk.
Yeah.
And I decided to go on the job that my grandfather began it was 1947 on the other side of the lake, that village. He founded with his brother a small company. It was a small dairy. They began collecting milk and selling milk. That was not his main job, his first job, because he worked in the post office with my grandmother. And as a second job, he went around the stables of the village collecting milk and selling milk. Then they began to transform milk in cheese, and the dairy grew up little by little. They had some customers. They began to make butter and then cheese, and again and again and again till my father began with accusing of him, but he decided to stay by himself. So we moved from the village on the other side of the lake to this village. We moved in Osmate.
When was that?
That was in the end of the 60s, around 68, I think. So it's some almost 50, more than 50 years ago. And I've always seen my father doing this job, and I wanted to try to go on. That's why now I do, and I like it.
Yeah, the lifestyle.
Yeah.
And you went to university to learn more about it?
Yes. I studied. I studied Lyceum, and then I went to the university. I studied agricultural sciences, food sciences, where I could learn all the theory, chemistry, biology, physics, everything that can be useful to understand the processes of the cheese making and food making in general. All the theoretical part. The practical part I did by myself here, or working in a dairy in the county of Milano, making gorgonzola and taleggio. Then I worked also in Germany, in Rheidmering near München,
Oh,
in a big butter dairy, Megle, where I just worked as a worker. And then when I finished my studies and the military service, because we had to do, I started with a few liters of milk, and I began with the simple cheeses, and then I tried to make some new ones. And also I like to keep the tradition of the production of cheeses of this region. That's why I made Toma Nostrana. We are in the region of the mountains, close to Piemonte and close to Switzerland, where they produce mainly this kind of cheeses called Toma. And so I thought it was a good idea to produce Toma also in the county of Varese.
Toma's are an Alp cheese.
Yes, our cheese is made only in this region, especially in Piemonte and in Swiss, but also in the Savoie in France.
On the French side, yeah.
But all the cheeses have the same characteristics, that are they're covered with gray mold, quite soft cheeses that can be ripened for a few months, can be made with raw milk or with pasteurized milk. We can also make some variations on the theme of toma, adding special ingredients such as onions or garlic, herbs, mushrooms, truffles, honey, saffron, and last week also pepper grains.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Especially for Christmas time, we have to invent something new,
Yeah.
because customers look for news, things to have on the table for Christmas feast, and to give as a present to friends and relatives.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly how many years ago, several years ago,
2015.
15, so it's 8
8 years
years ago.
Yeah.
I remember it was a Wednesday morning,
That's what we make
because
cheese.
Wednesday I always make cheese, and Rutger with Marike came to visit me, and we
Yeah.
worked together, and was very nice for me to see the enthusiasm, how enthusiastic you were in the process, in the cheese making. Seeing when from the same milk you can get a variety of different products, also very different with the same base,
Yeah.
using the same ingredients, only changing maybe some starters or the way of cutting the curd and how to work it after the care in the cool room.
Yeah.
But it was interesting to see how you were immediately involved and interesting in the process, and how quick you were to learn and to reproduce these things in Holland with I think good or great success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And good milk.
And
Good milk from Maasmerkens.
Yeah.
What did you like about the contact with Oudwijker?
At the beginning I was a bit astonished, because I couldn't believe it would have success doing Italian cheeses in Holland, because of course the ingredients are not the same, and the air is not the same, the water is not the same, so there are different conditions, but the technique can be the same.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to see what you did. I was interested to check, and I checked that the products are not the same, because of course it cannot be the same, because every cheese has to be made, cannot be reproduced exactly in another place with starting with another milk, but the technique can be the same. So it was interesting for me to see, using the same technique, what you got as a result. That is a very good product anyway, but different.
Yeah.
And that can be the Italian cheese made in Holland. That of course is not the same,
No. No.
but it has the character given it to the milk, from the milk,
From the milk,
milk, and from especially also from the conditions, the care that you give to the cheeses in the cool room, how you ripen it. You can do the same you do here, but the result is different.
Yeah.
But it is good.
Yeah, the milk is different also.
Yeah, the milk is different. The conditions and what cow eat.
Yeah.
If they eat grass, and which flowers they find in the grass.
And herbs.
The herbs.
You have a lot of herbs here on the ground.
In fact, the best productions are made from very small areas.
Yeah.
That give to milk a special character.
Yeah.
That's what makes excellences and different differences between cheeses.
Yeah.
Like we have Parmesan cheese is made in a small area. Fontina is made in a small area.
Ulster, yeah.
Taleggio is made in a small area. All those cheese you cannot reproduce in another way. If you use a bulk milk collected from different areas, from one region or from just one county or one region, on one nation or from all Europe, cannot be the same, of course, because it's mixed. At the end, milk has not its own character.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
true.
so it becomes flat.
Yeah,
It's much easier to produce a cheese which is always the same, very similar. There are no changes in taste and aspects during the year,
yeah,
but has not a special taste, not a special character.
yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah, and that this is
Yeah,
really true.
yeah,
Yeah. That's why they decided to protect these cheeses, allowing to make them only in smaller regions to keep the character.
yeah,
Otherwise, it becomes just a matter of price.
yeah,
Of course, if you pay less the milk and you make a very industrial cheese making,
yeah,
you have different costs compared to a small producer,
yeah,
which pays more the milk and its work costs much more,
yeah,
and the small producer wouldn't be able to sell anymore.
yeah,
And the best is for the character of the cheese.
yeah,
If you mix it,
yeah. It loses.
one milk has a character, the other one has another one,
Yeah.
and the third another one, another one, another one. You mix them, at the
Yeah.
end, what do you have? Nothing.
Yeah,
Not a character.
Not a character,
It's a mix of something, but
yeah, it's
if
true.
in a small area, especially on the mountains, you see on the mountains, where they cows graze, they eat in a small area some grasses and herbs and flowers
Yeah.
that give to the milk a special
Yeah,
taste
yeah,
and color and smell and whatever.
yeah,
And all these characters are concentrated in the cheese,
yeah,
and that's why you taste something special.
yeah. Do you have a favorite Oudwijker cheese?
Yes, I like them all because they have all a special character. What I like more are the blue cheeses because they're very, very strong. I like strong cheeses.
Okay.
And it's not also because it's not easy to make blue cheese.
Yeah.
And was a challenge that you won, I think, very well.
We're still fighting with the buffalo.
Yes, and it's not because it's not easy, not easy. Yeah. There are different aspects and which can be difficult.
Yeah.
She's the queen of the Robiola, Marianna.
Yeah.
We are making an interview. Can you tell?
No.
No. Okay, I was telling about the
Okay.
Robiola, but Marianna
okay.
doesn't
Tell
want
about
to
the
tell
Robiola,
anything.
because we need-
Robiola is an interesting product because is also cheese which is produced using the natural bacteria which are in the air, in the ground, in the area, because we don't, Robiola has a red-orange skin that is not painted. It becomes of this color because the bacteria which are in the cool room, which are naturally in the cool room, we create the best conditions for their growth. And so that's why they began to grow. We select their presence, just washing the cheeses every week at least once or twice, but are present in the air by themselves. We don't add. And so it's important that in the region, in the place, there are these bacteria.
Yeah.
And we have to be able to select them, to allow them to grow better than other ones.
Yeah.
But
Which is why you wash the rind.
yeah, we wash, but we don't add any bacteria to the
Yeah.
to the milk.
No lineams, no breaking.
no.
Yeah.
nothing. They are already
Yeah.
around in the
Yeah.
air,
Yeah.
in the air,
Yeah.
and we just allow them to grow better than the other ones.
Yeah. So even though the milk can be a mix, the uniqueness is the local
Yes. The place where you ripen the
where
cheeses.
you ripen the cheeses. Yeah, that
Yeah.
gives it a unique. Yeah. Okay,
That's all.
that's
Thank you.
perfect. Yeah.